Yes, so good morning, everyone. This is Ishchand Rakesh Roshan here. I work as assistant professor at RGKT IIIT Basar. Welcome to you all to the session on Google Classroom, all that one needs to know. So in this session, we'll try to explore the various features that are there in the Google Classroom. So let's get started. So first, let me go to the browser and then click classroom.google.com. The moment you enter that, it will take you to this Google Classroom homepage. So these are my existing classes. Let's not worry about them. So let's start everything from scratch. So let me just, you can see a plus button here which says create. When I click it, it shows join class, create class. Let me create a class. And so let me say demo Google Classroom, just to name, and then let me say some section, and then subject. So ICT tools in education. So we can name it anything. So a room, let's say 001, and let me create it. And the moment I create a class, it would be created with a unique code associated with it. This unique code can be shared with the students, using which the students must be able to join the class. So now I have created, and this is my classroom, and this is the code. You can see this is the code that I have created. So I can just quickly copy this if I want, and then I can share it across my students through SMS or mail or any other mechanism. They can join using this class. So now that I have copied the code, let one of my students, I have two students with me and who are ready to join. So let me add two students, or let these students add themselves. So he's one of the students, so he has no classes. Now he'll say click there, and then he'll paste the code, and then he says join. You already shared the code with the student, right? So he goes to classroom.google.com, and then he joins. He pastes the code, and then he joins in your class. And let me go back to the teacher account. So yeah, this is the already existing teacher account, and now you can see in people. Just refresh it, and you can see that once I refresh, one student would have already joined your class, and this is the student that has joined your class. So let me go back to the class. The another mechanism by which the student can join is, once again, go to people. You can invite people. So let me invite one student, fictnp@rdu.ac.in. So I'm inviting one more student. So when I say invite, the student would be invited. Invitee mail would be sent to the student, and the student should be able to join. So let me go to that student login. So he would have gone to, and he would have entered the classroom.google.com in his browser, or he would have got a mail. When he clicks, it redirects to this, and it says decline join. So invitation is sent, and yeah, he says join. The moment he says join, he should be able to join the classroom that we have created. So this is how we can, yes, create the classroom. Now you can see, now let me refresh this page, and you can see that two students have joined our class. So now you would have shared the link, class code, with all of your students. So all the students are here, let us assume. So right now, for us, we have two students. Now, there are a couple of things here: stream, classwork, people, grades. We'll discuss all of these quickly, one by one. And so this is the stream page, wherein I can start, communicating with the class or making announcements. So I can say, hey, so welcome to my class, and then say post. The moment you say post, it will be posted to all the students. And you can also share, let us say syllabus handouts, or you can share material. So here you can add. So let me say, hi everyone, please find the syllabus for this semester, and then you can say add. You can add it from your Google Drive, or you can upload a file. Let me show you by uploading a file. So you can, yes, already I am at this page, so I can say upload. The moment I say upload, it will be uploaded, and you can post. And yes, these two have been posted to the students. There is another thing that you can do. You can also share the, you can see this tab here, add. So you can put a link. Let us say you are discussing something, you want to put a link to that website. You can say, you can put the link there and then post, or you can also add a YouTube reference channel. I mean, so you just copy the YouTube URL and then you paste it here, and then you can post it to the students. Or you can, as we have seen some time back, you can make a video of something and then you select files from your device. Let me just go to, let me show you one sample. So something, and then say, yeah, it's 240 MB file. Let me not try to upload it, but then if you say upload, same procedure, and then you can post. So this is how you can post the recorded videos also. Now you want to have a live class. Now you can see here, there's a meet link, generate meet link. So what you do is you click here, and what it does is, yeah, you can make it visible to students, no problem. You generate the meet link first. Now what is this? This is a unique Google Meet link for your class. Now students, you need not give every time, you want to have a live class, you need not give every time, a different Gmail, Google Meet link. This is a dedicated link for your class. You can copy it and then simply say, you can save this. Then the students also, and the link is here, the students also would be able to see. So you can say, hey all, let us have a session at 3 p.m. today, and then say, okay, same Google Meet link just for their reference. So let's say post, or you can copy, you can paste it here, but they are aware that the link is fixed. So now how does it look like from the student's point of view? So now let me just switch to the student's account so that you can quickly uh, compare and then understand, how does it look for him. So he goes to his class, and then you can see all the posts that are created by the teacher are in a chronological order as they are posted. Now, yes. So first welcome message, and then syllabus, and then session. Now you can see the meet link. Now he can click the link at 3 p.m. and then he can join. Let me close this. Let me go to the teacher account. Now, so when you click on the link, it will open up the Google Meet, and the first thing is, unless you log in, I mean unless you start this, the students will not be able to join the session. And you take the session, and at the end of the session, please make sure that all the students are disconnected, and then you end the meeting. So this is a unique link generated for this class, for your class, dedicated link. Okay. Another small thing that you can do is you can also upload a theme unique to your class, just so that you can make it look good, unique. It all depends on how you want your class to have it. So it is changing the theme now. So yeah, it has changed. ICT tool for education, new era of teaching learning. Yeah, you can do all of this. Okay. So stream, classwork, people grade. So stream, yeah, we have seen what all could be done with the stream. And Google Meet link, another way of going to this is you can have the settings, you can click there, it show you all the things. So class code, so this is the existing class code. You can do a couple of things, copy it, display, that's fine. Reset it. You want to change the class code, you can reset it, or you want to disable the class code. Let us say 50 students are there in your class, all have joined, you don't want anyone else to join, with that code. So you can just say disable, and the classroom is locked when no one else would be able to join. And the next one is, yeah, this we have already made it visible to students. There's one more grade category. I'll come back to this grading a little later. So this is all about the class settings. And now let's go to the second tab, which is classwork. Now here are a couple of things. Meet, yes, Meet we already have discussed. So click on the Meet, he can join directly from here. Google Calendar, click on the Google Calendar, you can set up different things. For example, these are the things that are there. So tomorrow there are 2 assignments due from my students, and then a couple of them day after. And I have a, there is invited lecture tomorrow at 10 a.m. There is a meeting regarding Google Classroom tomorrow. So you can schedule anything, just click here, and then you say, okay, you say invited lecture, you want someone to talk to your students, and you have given the time 11 to 12 p.m. That's okay. And you should add a Google Meet conferencing that it has created a link, and you can add guests if you want. The the speaker, whom you are inviting, you can add him, and that, and then you say save, and that will be saved. So tomorrow invited lecture is there, and the link that is there here, I'll just show you again. So this link you can share it to your students because it's a specific thing. Or alternately, you can do one more thing. Since uh, the speaker will be talking to your own students, you can share this link itself to the speaker. Okay. Since it's a recurring one, it's not preferable. You can just share the other one with the students as well as the teacher. Okay. So this is about Meet. So schedule, you can schedule things with your Google Calendar. And yeah, this is one more class drive folder. So here you can see a couple of things. You can see the syllabus, you have just shared. So what all you share to your classes would appear here. So this is one thing under the class drive folder. So let's keep that in mind. Okay, let me now go back. So what else? Create. Now when I click on create, there are a couple of things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So assignment, quiz assignment, question, material, and then reuse, post. Let's do this one by one quickly. So assignment. Now I want to give my students an assignment. So let me say ICT tools. So yeah, what do you know? Let's say, what do you know about ICT tools? Some question. And then let me create a doc file so that this is a descriptive one, so he has to write it out. So he has created, there are a couple of permissions here. One is students can view the file. He can only view the file, but it's not our aim. Here he should be able to get a copy and edit for himself, and he will submit it back to you. Okay, students can edit file. Edit means in the same file, there's only one file, all of them can work in that file. So in case there is any task that is collaborative in nature, that time you can give this permission, student can edit file. But right now I'll make a copy for each student. What it indicates is it makes a unique copy of this file what you have created, Google Docs, and it will rename it automatically as per that student's name. So and then yes, so let me give some points to this. So 10 marks, and I can set up due date. So let me put a due date. Okay, tomorrow. Time is optional, so that's okay for me. And there's one more option here, originality reports. Okay, let me click the originality reports. So these are limited, 3 per assignment, per class. So let me say continue, it's okay. And one more thing, that Google does, good thing that Google does is what is called as differentiation learning. Now, you have in your classroom, you can have good students, really good students, average students, and little, students who are slow learners. So what you can do is, depending on the type of students, you can give the assignments. You can differentiate the learning between them. So let us say this is a tougher assignment, you can give only to the topper of the class or the top 10 students. But right now, on a general basis, that's called as differentiation learning, which Google Classroom provides. Right now, let me post it to everyone, and then here it is saved, and then let me say assign. And this will be posted to the class. We will also see. So it's just taking a while, nothing to worry. So when I go back to my class, yeah, so when I go back to the class, you can see here, Rakesh Roshan posted a new assignment, ICT tools. Okay. Now let me go back to the student thing, and then let me try to do the assignment so that we'll understand how do we do this. And yeah, let me go to the class, and this is a student account that I'm showing you. And once the student opens his class, he can see the posts, all the posts that the teacher has shared with him. Okay, it's a bit slow. Okay, meanwhile, we have, when we are giving the assignment, okay, now that it has come, let the student open the assignment. You can see your work. So it has renamed it, as per the name of the student, HOD physics, whatever. Okay, now what he should be doing, he should work on it. So he opens that file, and then he starts typing, okay, ICT tools, and then he starts writing it. Already I just have a copy of that, some matter related to that I have. So I just copy paste it, whatever is there, Control C. And let's go back, and then he has submitted. yeah, he has pasted it. So he has done the assignment, and then he can, when he says turn in, it means he's submitting. Okay, so let me not turn in right now. Let me close this document. So I've told you about the originality reports, right? Now, what does it mean? Originality reports is like a plagiarism checker. So now if the student, some students can copy some things from different websites or, anything from the internet. So what this does is, when you click on the originality reports as a teacher, it gives the student to do a originality check. Or, and you can also check from your end. So let us say the student wants to utilize this. So he runs the originality check. And you can see here running originality report 25%. It's running the originality report, and then it will be, the report will be shown back. So yeah, view originality report. So let me see the originality report. So the student can click by himself and then see that, all this is copied content. Web matches. What is the percentage? 80%, 86% is copied. From various copied, yes, Wikipedia. So intentionally, I've just copied from Wiki and put it so that we can easily see. So what the student has to do, he cannot submit this. If he submit this, obviously the teacher would do a originality report and he's caught, because it's a strict instruction that you're not supposed to copy, understand, and then write. So what he can do, now that he knows that something is wrong, he just copied. So now he can edit it from here itself. And then he can edit it, he can modify it, and then whatever he wants, he can do, and then he can save. So let us say he has saved this, and then he's now convinced that, okay, it's all fine. And then he said turn in. So when he says turn in, it means that he has submitted the assignment to the teacher. So once he submitted the assignment to the teacher, let me go back. Yeah, he has turned in already. So let me just go back. Let me just go back to the teacher account and then try to look at his assignment and then grade it. So this classroom, and you can see the classwork, ICT tools you have given, and you click on the view assignment. You click on the view assignment, I'm sorry, and you can see, he has written something, and you open that student's doc, and this is what the student has written. It will show up here. You can do a couple of things. You can say, okay, you can comment on it. You can say, check this, and this comment would go to him. Or when you gone through, you can also check the originality here. Check originality. You can check it as a teacher for yourself, or at the end of it, you can grade it. So let me say, okay, 7 marks, and then you say, needs to improve, and then you can post this private comment, and you can see a return here. So just return it, and he shows that student has got 7 out of 10 marks. Once you return, you are giving back the script to the student. I mean, you're giving back the assignment to the student, the marks with the comments and the other things. So this is all about assignment. So you can see, one is assigned and one is graded. Okay. Now let me go back to the classroom. So this is about the assignment and the originality report, the beauty of originality report. Now let me go to the second one. Let me create a quiz. Quiz. So quiz on ICT. I can create. So quiz on ICT. If you observe, when I say quiz, it has opened up a blank quiz, Google form. Okay, I'll come to this. So yeah, instructions optional. So now here you can see a grade importing. So you should click on this. I'll tell you why. You can import, because it's a quiz and it is auto graded. You can import the grade. So let me say I'm going to give only 2 questions. It's a demo thing. So 2 points. Now let me click on the file to add the question. So let me name it. Let me name it ICT quiz, and let me name it ICT quiz. And let me let me put the question. So whatever. So Zoom is an example of option 1 LMS, option 2 CMS, and option 3, let's say video conferencing. To give the answer, this is the answer, and then it's 1 point. You can give 1 point. That's done. So go to the second question. Now there are a couple of ways in which you can give the question. You can see it could be a short answer question, it could be a paragraph, it could be a multiple choice, it could be a checkbox, or it could be a drop down. Student can select the answer from drop down. Couple of things are there, various options. So now since I've given the first one as multiple choice, let me give a short answer, and then I'll say, yeah, Edmodo is an sorry, Edmodo is an example of. Let me so now the answer. So I have to give the answer. The answer is LMS. That's case sensitive also. So let me say small LMS, and that's it. So mark all other answers incorrect, and let me give 1 point. And yeah, here you can see one option required. So which means if you say this, it's required, unless he writes something there, he cannot submit the quiz. So it's okay for us. Let me not highlight. So let me not put that. And yeah, I've made a quiz with 2 questions. Let me just close it. So quiz is created with 2 questions, and yeah, so you want to post it to one class or a couple of more than one, you can choose it. But right now I have this class, and due date, you can select a due date. So tomorrow you can put a time, it's optional, that's fine. And then you just, and then I said grade importing you have to do. When you're grading it, we'll see how and why. So you have assigned this quiz to the class. Yes. So now let me go to the student account. So let me go to student account and then try to answer this quiz, because we can, parallelly we can also see how the grading is done. So this is the student account. I can choose any of these. So the student goes to his classroom, and he can see all the posts by the teacher. The latest one being, a new assignment, quiz on ICT. So he clicks on that. Okay, this is okay. This is okay. So since it's the first time, this student is assigned a class, so uh, we are being helped out, as to what can be done. So the student would open this, and then he starts answering. So Zoom is an example of, let's say he says CMS. Let us say he says CMS. The actual answer is video conferencing, and then he says Edmodo LMS, and then he can also say, send me a copy of my responses, and then he can say submit. You can also view the score. So now that he submitted, he can view the score. So yeah, first one is wrong, so 0 by 1, and second one is correct, 1 by 1. So the total points are 1 by 2. So this is for his quick reference. Now what we can do, let's close this, let's close this, let's close this. Let's go back to the teacher. Now let's go to the classwork, quiz on ICT. So let's see, so one, it's assigned to 1. Let's refresh it. So quiz on ICT. So it's 1 has turned in. So let's grade that. So, oh no, I'm sorry. 1 minute, I'm sorry. Yeah, so this is the teacher. Yeah, I'm the teacher account. So now view assignment. Yeah, correct. So this is the student that he has submitted. So let me go to him, and then let's see what he has submitted. No, why it is asking me. So student work instructions. Go to student work, and this student has done it. So let us see, what he has done. So this quiz. Oh, he has turned it right. Give me a minute. So this is his the first assignment which he has not done. So quiz on ICT. Yeah, he has submitted this. So yeah, good. Let me go to people. Let me go to grades. I'm sorry. Let me go to grades. I can do it from anywhere actually. So I don't know why it's turned in. So no work has been attached. So this is interesting. I should be able to find it here. So the classwork due tomorrow. One is turned in. One is submitted, right? New assignment. Now I want it to grade. I want it to grade. So you can say import grades. Yeah, I'm sorry. You can say import grades because yeah, I was looking at the manual grading because we said grade importing, right? So I'm sorry. So you can say import grades, and then you can import the grades. One student has answered and he has answered 1 mark correctly. So you can see, 1/2. And you can, what you can do is, now that you have imported the grades, you can select this and you can return it to the student. So now his marks would be released to him, and he can quickly go through, how many he has answered. Already he has done it instantaneously once the quiz is over. Now officially you can release the grades to him. So this is one thing that we can do. So the earlier little confusion was because this is an auto graded quiz. Sometimes what happens is we can also give a manual quiz. I mean, we can grade it manually. So that time you can click on this, look at the answers, and then give him marks for each and every bit. Since we made it auto graded, there's no such requirement. So we can simply import the grade from here. Okay, fine. Okay. So now let's go back to this. What else? So create. So quiz assignment is over. Quiz is over. Now you can, so question. So there's one more thing, question. Now you can make the class interesting in the sense you can say, okay, so let's say, what shall we do tomorrow? What shall we have? Let's say tomorrow's session. Okay, so you want to ask the students. So and then let's say you want to give multiple choice, and then you say, uh, let's say live class, or you say quiz, or you say assignment. Excuse, yeah, you say assignment, and that's it. So you can, a couple of options. Students can see class summary if you want, or the students to know who has answered what in general. You can allow that. I don't have any problem. This is ungraded. I'm sorry, excuse. So ungraded, it's just to get to know the feel of the students. You can say ask. Other thing you can do here in the same question, you can simply say, you want to know the opinion. So how was the session today? And then multiple choice. And then you can say awesome. At the end of the class, this is also called as exit ticket. So you, at the end of the class, you want to know the opinion of the students how it is. Or you can say good, or you can say okay, and you don't have any problem. You don't want to grade it, and then you say ah. So 2 questions you have posted to the students, and I'll just quickly go to the student uh, view, and then let's see. You can see all the things that are posted. So what shall we have for tomorrow session? So live class, quiz, assignment. So tomorrow session, let's say I want to have, so he's interested in a live class, so we'll say live class and then turn in. So you just submit it back. Or now you can see, since we said let them see the summary, you can see, he can see if the other students respond also, he can see who has voted for what. Or the other one, is this, how was the session today? Oh, he says, yeah, it's good. Let us say it's really good. You had a really good session with the students. This is awesome, and that's it. And here also, since we have, so he can also see the other students' responses. Okay. Yeah, this is all about the quiz. The question. So the next one is material. Now, also let's say you want to put all the material at a particular place. So let's say you want to share some material. So let's say chapter 2 material, you just title this, and then you say uh, you add one file to it. So add a file. Let me add the chapter material. So let me just add something and then upload. You can also segregate it under topics. Now let us say you have 5 different topics: optics, electromagnetism, nuclear physics, something like that. So let's say this comes under okay, now we are talking about Google Classroom. So you can have it under let us say okay, so let me say LMS. I mean, I'm talking about ICT tools. So and then yeah, let me create a topic. So create topic. So let's say LMS. and you just post it to all the students. So now you can share material like this. Now what will happen if you share material like this? So now if you share material here, so you can go to Classwork, you can see all the material that you have posted. So go to this. This to do, gives us all the pending things that are there. Okay, now let me just go back to my classes. Let me go to this, and yeah, Classwork. Now you can see here. So now under this LMS, you have all this material rearranged. Okay, so you can, if this is in a particular order, as it is given, if you want, you can swap the order. Just drag it here, put it at the 4th place, drag it here, put it at 3rd place. You can do all of this. Like this, if you have different material, you can rearrange all the material. Since I have only one chapter here, I cannot do anything here. I can rearrange the material as per the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chapters and so on. And this is on the topic LMS. You can create more topics. So this is properly arranged. So all this arrangement is to make sure that it is properly arranged. Okay, so yeah, stream, yeah, Classwork, create. So that's it. Reuse post. You can use any previous post. You can just reuse that. This is all about the Classwork. People we already have said, and coming to grades, yeah, we already have seen. These are all the things that were there. So how was the session? This fellow has turned in. He has answered. He has answered. He has not answered. So you can do all of that. So quiz, he has responded. Since you have returned the marks, he has got his marks also. You can see the grades. Let me go back to the other one quickly. When I was showing you this settings, you had one more thing, grade categories. So here you can see overall grade calculation, no overall grade, or you can simply put total points. It simply adds up the points. 5 plus 4 is equal to 9 out of 10, something like that. And it can show the overall grade to the students. And you can save this. Or you can do another thing. So now go to grades. What it does, you can see here. So 7 marks, 7 by 10, 70%. 7 marks, 60%. So it will give you the overall grade based on the percentage. Another thing that you can do is go there. What you want to do is you can create grade categories. This is interesting. You want to give it weighted by category. Now what it means is you are giving quiz and assignment, right? So you want the assignment component to be, let us say, 30%. So let me just say assignment, let me say it's 30%. And let me say all your quizzes that you give should add up to 70%. Okay, and that's it. You can save this. Now what happens is, now you can give weightage. So based on all the depending on all the types of quizzes you give, what you want is the assignments. You want the weightage of assignment to be 30% and the weightage of the this thing to be 70%. So now what it does is, I'll just refresh this. So now from now onwards, so it is not calculated here. So what it does is, from now onwards, for any assignment or quiz that you give, it will, when it is showing the overall grade, what it does is it would give a weightage of 30% to the assignment and it would give a weightage of 70% to the quiz. So this also is feasible, but I think for all practical purposes, I'm comfortable with. So all these can be doable, but for all practical purposes, I can just have total points, and that should be good enough. So I can, yeah, remove this, and then I can save. So this is all about the Google Classroom. So stream, we have discussed everything. Classwork, we have discussed all the possible things. So create, meet, Google Calendar, Class Drive. People, we have seen all the students. You can also add your co-teachers here, so they can also take part in your class sessions. And grades, we have seen the points that they get once you return the assignments or quizzes to the students. So all that is feasible. And another thing is, students also can interact with each other. So hi all. So let's say you just say, how are you doing, and then you post it. So the student can, so let me go to the student account. So the student can respond it back to the teacher, and so it can be a conversation can go on here. So here the student will say, So good, sir. You can just post it, and all the responses can be tracked. Because it's a class comment, it's a public thing, so all of you can write. I mean, all of you can have a conversation here also, and you can change those settings. So go back to the teacher account, and then you can change the settings. The students can post and comment. Student can only comment. Only teacher can post or comment. You can change the settings. So this is all about the Google Classroom. I hope I have covered all the possible things: the stream, classwork, people, and grades. Uh, Only one thing I missed out. There's one rubric thing in the assignments, if you have seen. So there is a rubric thing that I have missed out for the there's no time, so I just missed out the rubric. But I don't generally we don't use rubrics much, so I'll just skip that. I think other than that, more or less, I think uh, covered kind of all the possible futures. So yeah, that's all from my side. So if you like it, or if you have any comments, please feel free to share it. So this is my email ID. So, and once again, thank you all for your time, and stay home, stay safe. So have a good teaching learning experience for you as well as for all the students. Take care. Bye.